And we're good. Hey everybody! Today I am playing week 4, which is the final week of the Pride Month Archon. It's white/gray deck lists here. I'm going to play a best of 3 against CaptainGale, or Zapton's Nail. And I am going to be playing a Genka deck called Underpity, which is my only Underpity, the passive graveyard loner. It was my only competitive deck that has a white back. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, all of my really good ones were red. But I hope that this deck will put on a good show. It can do a lot of really cool Genka stuff and archiving. It can lose to Rush because it has literally almost no Amber control. It's got Mars needs Amber. Let's see what we're up against. Okay, we're up against Havana Lowrider, Chevra Scoot. Poltergeist, not super relevant. 3 Fates. EE on the fringes can be bad for me. I have to be careful against Trust No One. This deck has lateral shift, so they could potentially fish out my Generosity. No safeties and numbers would be another kind of semi-board wipe. Double Ronnie, so two houses that can steal. Double unnatural key charge. Yeah, this is a very solid deck here. The game plan, I think, though, is to just go faster than it, because it is slow. If I wait around, it won't, this deck will start to get the grip of the game here. So, I don't know, we'll get a feel of it. This is a best of 3, so we'll get a feel of it in game 1. I think that I keep this just to have a nice logo set up. And we can actually turn 1 the Library of Babel, maybe? Maybe not. Actually, because I don't want to have to destroy it with the Poltergeist. I feel like it's there anyway, yeah, I'm just going to play the Library here. They do have Poltergeist as well. We'll get a feel in this game 1 about exactly how these decks are going to interact. I'm having a hard time, figuring out just how strong their deck is. I mean, that's just part of deck evaluation, but it feels like it might be able to do a ton, or it could be, kind of weaker due to the lack of speed. It's very hard to tell. So I'm going to play Archimedes here. I'm going to put Rocket Boots. We play the Wormhole last in this deck because I have double unlock Gateway. And I hit my Gateway. So we're going to go trigger my Archives first, and Gabut plays Manchego, which is actually pretty good for us. We're going to go Logos again next turn to play Eureka. We don't take our Archives in this deck because we can kip for a ton. Basically, the only time you take your Archives is if you have some kind of Genka thing going on. Or you just need the board for some, massive reason. Just basically, I'll go over my deck while we're waiting for that turn, but it's, double unlock Gateway will give you the creature control, double Ember Imp keeps people from reaping out on you, can be very, very effective. Obviously, we have Mars first Proliferator with the Key Abduction, which is, allows you to cycle it, which is really nice. In the Logos, we've got double Eureka with a sloppy lab work, multiple other ways of archiving with the Knowledge is Power, which you can cash in for a ton late game. And we don't have it early, so that can be pretty good for us. The only thing that can happen at this point is if we accidentally archived it via, like this Hexbion or something. We can play Hexbion. There's no reason to not play Hexbion. Okay, Mars first and Proliferator. I think I would just play my Mars. I could sloppy lab work. Okay, what about this? I could sloppy lab work to archive my proliferator, discard sample collection, and then Hexbion, something like that. Manchego reaps to return Manchego to the deck. Plays lateral shift. Okay. This is one of the better lateral shifts that could happen. They might steal my sloppy lab work or the poltergeist. Okay, they're going to steal Mars first to prevent larger combos for me because they don't know what's in my archive, so that's pretty smart. So I think that I go Logos to keep sorting stuff properly here. So what we're going to do, we're going to play Sloppy Lab Work to archive Proliferator and discard Sample Collection. We then draw a card, and then I'm going to hit Hexbion into one of these creatures. Does it matter? I'll do it to Rusnar. Key Abduction is there. And we have our Generosity and the Key Abduction. Lateral Shift is gone now, which is great. I think that we just do the Genka, though. Like, we take our free key here. Sorry, the camera's crooked. I can't figure out how to get myself on. Is it better over here? I can... Okay, I can just shift that. Rusnar reaps. Mustic Murmoot comes down to kill Rusnar. Tantadlin reaps. Okay. Good job getting their damage stuff dead. I think that I just do the obvious here. There's definitely some degree of argument for holding off to gain 7 Amber on the Kip, but like I said, you kind of need to go for blood here against this particular deck, because it's not going to start playing. Mars needs Amber. I'm going to play... I'm going to play Red Planet Raygun on Mindworm. It doesn't actually matter, because if I'm doing the pips prior to the Key Abduction, I just want as many pips as I can for a big draw. This will be for 8 Amber, so 16 cards, which will cycle deck and maybe get me back into a Mars first, which is what I want. Okay, we have Key Abduction, but not Mars first. Now, I suppose we play the Mars. How's their C? They have an unnatural. It would have been so cool to get the Mars first there. I'm going to keep the Mars needs Amber in hand here, because I can archive it. Or I can use it, depending on how the turn goes. Yeah, make them find something in their deck that's an answer. Got a Gateway and a bunch of pips, which is cool. Festering Touch. Misery Exploit to gain 1. The Evil Eye to raise cost. Eater of the Dead comes down. Inspector. That'll be their turn. Okay. So we can archive Generosity. Probably the way to go here. Suppose we could archive Key Abduction. Which is better? Which is better? Key Abduction. I think Generosity is better. Wait a second. It's actually tough. Because what I can reap for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 amber and play for 6. And then I can literally just threaten with Key Abduction rather than needing to have amber. So I think Key Abduction is better. But like, Generosity is so good. Especially with 1, 2, 3, 11 cards in deck. Which means I'd have to, yeah, I'm taking Key Abduction, which is more of a sure thing. Take the Key Abduction. I will archive Proliferator so they can't purge him. And they have double Ronnie, and I haven't seen one yet. So we're gonna stay at 6 amber to prevent that. And then like I'll take my Key Abduction key next turn for free. Like regardless of whatever amber reduction they do, I can just have a free key next turn. Oh yeah, the Murmook. I guess I should have played Mars Need Ember to check. I mean, it's kind of 6 of 1. Tantadlin fight to archive to discard Key Abduction. Oh my god. Nice. I could have prevented that too. Oh, I feel so dumb. Oh, I feel so dumb. Oh god, that's so brutally bad. I could have kept it from happening. Oh well, okay. We're gonna go dis here. Play Orb of Invidious. Immediately Poltergeist it. Play Dust Imp. This is the Rush version here. We don't need that. We play Not Finished With You again. We play Ember Imp. Okay. And then I gateway everything. Okay, 13 Amber. Still pretty good. They could have a big steal, but I mean 13, like a check at 13 is great. They don't have like there are so many tools that are not going to be as usable here. Mug, okay. Okay, we're already checking, which is good. No archives. Do not archive my kit. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. 3 cards in archive. We draw 1. to draw another. Okay. Then we knowledge his power. Oh, wait. I can ZYX Researcher the top card of the discard pile to put 4 amber in. Gain amber to 13 again. We play Hexion, keep the Eureka. Well, the deck bailed me out. The deck bailed me out from a mistake, so thank you for being a good deck. I think that is a factor though in my deck selection, right? Like I'm never gonna play perfect in an event. So I do try to pick decks that, like, you know, have some degree of margin for error. Especially if I'm playing in a multi-round thing. Oh boy. I don't have any way to archive this gen, so I should probably toss. I should probably mulligan this. Play Hexion. The worst possible scenario, the worst possible scenario is that they lateral shift my generosity. Harbinger. Rot Grub to make me lose an amber that I don't have. Draining Touch is discarded. Let's put out some Mars creatures. I'm going to keep the Key Abduction. Usually I'll find a way to archive it. Or not, you know. Or not. I can archive the Harbinger, depending on what they do. Right now, let's... Okay, Poltergeist, Archive, Rot Grub, Harbinger Reaps, and get stunned via the Shockworm. I think that I will play Mars and archive the Harbinger, Reap for 2, and play Proliferator. Now I can, like, toss my Key Abduction and archive it if they don't have anything to clear board. Could have 3 Fates here. Discards Misery, plays Rock Grub, plays Rock Grub. Okay. No, I don't want to. I want to toss my Key Abduction so that I can archive it. That's a big archive. I know I don't want to, like, take turns waiting against a deck like this, but it's still... That was more than worth it, I think. Rock Grub's Reap. Rock Grub Reaps. 3 Fates destroys 3 powers and a 2 power. Okay. Don't take my archive. Hexion. I'm actually going to use standardized testing to kill Hexion to archive it. And another Mars card, apparently. Then we can use Sloppy Lab Work to archive one Not Finished With You, I guess. And toss an Ember Imp. Check at 6, play Brain Eater. Got a nice disc turn now. With a check. Don't even need to think twice about what I'm going to do here. Go dis. No archives. Do I bring back Proliferator? Yeah, I'll bring back just Proliferator. Clearing the board also disables their Trust No One, which is nice. I have a Kip for 5 Amber next turn. That'll probably be the way that this goes down. Just a high check. Shadows. Hopefully they don't lateral shift it. That would be sad. That would be really sad. Ronnie steals 1. Trust No One steals another. Lateral shift. No. That is sad. Let's see if they take the right thing. Yep, okay. They play Knowledge is Power to gain 2. At least they only gain 2 and they don't pop off for 5. Will no archives. Play this. Discard you. Clear board. Generosity. I could play Eureka and keep the archive train rolling here. Because like I'm definitely gonna get the key abduction. Dis gets played. Festering Touch. Eater of the Dead. Yeah, I think I do this Logos. And unfortunately, the archives suck there. I'm guaranteed a Proliferator Mars first if they don't drain a ton of Amber here. Like, I can get my key. Reap with Rot Grubs. Reap with Either of the Dead to purge a creature. To purge Dust Imp, makes sense. Okay, now we definitely go Mars. We definitely take our archives. And how do I do this? So I play Red Planet Raygun. Is 5 enough for me? Because it would be kind of nice to drain some Amber off of them, because I have Mars Needs Amber still in deck, I believe. I do. So Generosity right now would be 10 cards, which is more than enough to pay for the key here. Yeah, I don't need more. So Generosity. Now, we do Key Abduction to forge key number 2. And I go Proliferator, Mars first, to archive Key Abduction, and I have it'll be 18, just double checking everything. 18 cards, so -9. Yeah, so we're covered. EE on the fringes is going to steal some, but we don't need Amber. We don't need Amber here at all. GG, and we take our archives into hand. I'll reap for good measure here. Archive generosity in case I miscounted. Yeah, okay. Alright, good game, well played. Nice match. That is the final round of Pride Month Archon. If you were along for the whole ride, we played 3 different decks, like everybody else, I guess, because they're all different colors. We won 3 out of 4 games. The one that I lost was just kind of a bad matchup for a Rush deck. Here we had a pretty good matchup for a Genka. I really hope that you enjoyed the whole show here. And of course, as always, this is to benefit Trans Lifeline. You can find in the description the information to donate. So this is, really important to me. So if you have enjoyed the whole series, drop them, even if it's a couple dollars. It makes a big difference to the lives of trans people to have support from other trans people kind of available on an almost 24/7 basis. Yeah, so Gale says, yeah, interesting to play against Genka. Unfortunately, you had too much archiving to be weak to lateral shift. That is very true. But I did mulligan. Yeah, I was definitely worried about that. So, thanks for playing. And thanks to you for watching. I will catch you in future episodes of Karen Plays Your Deck. And then also, I'm just going to be putting out random deck features of my own stuff that I'm excited about sharing. I had an AOA feature that I already did on Guide 1 Nephris, which you can check out on my channel. You guys have a good one.